The desert in general is a weird-ass place, especially at night. Got a story from when I worked at a shitty discount retail store. Be me, 19. Work nights, straightening shelves and helping out with furniture orders during the last few hours the store is open. It was a pretty busy night but things slowed down, just putting back stuff that was left at registers. Finish up a cart full of stuff, go for another one. Decide to talk to cashier for a bit to kill a few minutes. As we're talking the automatic door opens, don't see anyone going through it. Assume a stray cat walked by and triggered the sensor, go back to talking. 5 or 10 minutes pass and it happens again. What? Radio manager, let her know the door is acting up. Alright, we'll get someone out to look at it soon. Grab another cart, start putting stuff back and straightening up shelves. 9 p.m. rolls around, closing time. Go up to front to lock door after having the cashier make an announcement to pull any customers to leave. Do a quick patrol of the store, don't see anyone. As I'm walking past toys I hear something hit the floor, loud as hell. Peek head into aisle to see a large and terribly cheap toy robot thing fell and is on the floor in pieces. Pick everything up and go to take it to the front to be logged as damaged. As I start walking I hear something else in another aisle fall. Wait in fuck.png. Loop back to where I heard the noise, find a large can of hominy has fallen and is leaking. Pick it up and make a note to start here when I go to get the mop. Go up to front with damaged goods, cashier takes care of these for me. Hear the automatic door motor try to operate, even though it's locked. We both look at it, hear it start to groan. Look at each other, very confused. Go through rest of closing duties, occasionally hearing small sounds like stuff moving or extra footsteps while I'm walking. Feel very uncomfortable for the remainder of the shift. Count. All the remaining crew, myself, one other employee and the closing manager, meet at the front to make sure we clock out and leave together. About fucking time. GIF. As we're clocking out and taking care of small things we talk about weird stuff tonight. The cashier left about half an hour ago, so I'm hearing from another floor crew person and the manager. Manager says she saw stuff fall off of shelves while she was doing the final count. Other employee heard noises from the women's bathroom while she was cleaning the men's room. I mentioned the stuff I heard move and fall, the steps and all that. We all sorta just shrug and go to leave. Manager triggers the alarm, locks up the door behind us and we're all hanging around out front for a few as we usually do. I light a smoke. The moment everyone is out of the store and just hanging around, we hear a loud crash from inside. TFW, a whole set of shelves that makes up an aisle collapses. TFW, I just sorted out all that product about 45 minutes ago. We all look at each other and say nothing. Next day boss comes in to find a whole aisle collapsed on the floor, checks cameras. Cannot figure out what did it. Never had anything like that happen at that store again. There was a lot of weird stuff at that store, but this was the only major event nobody could explain. I'll share. This is just a dream, but it really messed with me for a while. Be me. My 4 closest friends and I are groomsmen at a wedding. I'd whose wedding, not relevant. At the wedding venue there is a photo gallery. Plain white room full of framed pictures. The pictures are of guests at the wedding, including my friends and I. We're looking at the pictures reminiscing about times we've had together. Feels good. Suddenly a frantic woman rushes into the room. She's freaking the fuck out screaming for help. There has been an accident. One of the bridesmaids has died. This feels wrong. I'd cow or why, just dream logic, but I suddenly become aware that the world follows a script. This bridesmaid's death was unscripted. It wasn't supposed to happen. Feeling of dread washes over me. I turn to look at the photos and they are all changing. A picture of my friend Tom at the Eiffel Tower turns into a picture of Tom at the Leaning Tower of Pisa. A picture taken at baseball game turns into a picture at football game. It's all shit like that until I find a photo with me in it. In my photo I'm just fading away. Disappearing like Marty McFly in Back to the Future. I start panicking. I turn away from the wall to find that I'm now the only person in the room. Every picture is a picture of me, and I'm disappearing from every single one of them. Absolute terror. A certain picture catches my eye. It's a picture of me sleeping in my bed. I realize that I'm dreaming, but I don't wake up. I just become paralyzed. I'm completely transfixed, just staring at this picture as I slowly fade out of it. Worst sense of hopelessness and despair I've ever felt. Feels like hours. Finally, when I disappear completely, I wake up, laying in the exact same position as in the photo. What the fuck? Returning after drinking most all of Christmas Day away. In a previous thread I told the story of when I got stalked at the same store. There was a bunch of other strange non-paranormal things too. Me, 20. Working at same shitty store, got moved over to morning stocking crew. Show up Thursday and Friday mornings just before 4 a.m. At this point in time I had started dating this chick who was also on the stocking crew. We're sitting out front of the store together. I brought her a coffee and I'm chugging on an energy drink and smoking a cigarette. Hear movement to our left, look up and see very disheveled and obviously strung out guy. Probably about my age too. He wanders up to us clutching his stomach. Hey, can you call the cops? I've been stabbed. Tiff. It's pretty dark but the little bit of light coming through the store windows. Cannot see even the faintest bit of blood on the guy at all. You good? I ask him. He ends up sitting down in front of us. He says he's okay but he needs the police. Think about the last time I denied a drugged out guy a request, opt to call the police. Dial non-emergency since he doesn't seem to be at risk. Explain the circumstance best I can, being careful to make sure the operator understands that this guy is not in his right mind without pissing him off. Operator requests to talk to the guy. What fuck we? MP3. Hesitantly hand phone to the guy, he starts talking to the operator. Rambling about how his roommate and him got in a fight and that said roommate stabbed him with a glass knife that locked his soul or something. Manager pulls up to let us in, notices situation. Guy stays on phone with operator continuing his drugged out, schizoid ramblings. Hang by to make sure I get my phone back. Cops show up, tell him they're going to take him to get help. They make sure he gives me my phone back. Continue shift as normal, never see guy again. I hope that guy got help, he was really polite. Me. Working at a construction site in 2002. At the dormitory. Craving for Rasmok.mkv. Step outside. Light up a cigarette. A shiver runs down my spine. What the hell is happening? Look up. A fucking gargoyle on the roof. Almost shit myself. The gargoyle has rattlesnake skin. Fuck this, I'm going to speak my mind. Tell the creature to screw off because it doesn't belong there. It disappears. Oh shit.jpg. Finish my cigarette. Go back to my room. Sleeping like elog.avi. Wake up the next day feeling like I've just been beaten up. Yes, I've fought before, and I know what it's like to have a battered body. Body aching. Screw work. Spend the whole day in pain. That same night, I walk outside, looked at the spot where the gargoyle was and apologized. Nothing like that ever happened to me again. Sometimes I think if it wanted to be my Pokemon. Me. Primary school. Start dating girl named Susan. Always hang out with her and my friends. One of friends is named Roberto. Roberto always liked to tease me and Susan. Normal playground insults made me so bad about dating Susan. It got to the point whenever I hold Susan's hand or hug her, Roberto is there with a dumbass remark and ruins the moment. Eventually break up with her because of this. Hardly speak to her ever since and just hang out with my friends. Roberto moves to Texas and never see him again. High school graduation. Managed to talk to Susan. Ask her if she remembers Roberto. She doesn't and said I always acted weird whenever we were together like someone was with us. Ask my other friends if they remember Roberto. They don't remember him even though we always hanged out at the playground. MFW when I was cock-blocked by my imaginary friend. Be me. Try to sleep. Have window open for cold air. Glance at window. There is nothing outside. But there's also a bleeding body outside, just hanging there. Except there isn't. I don't actually see anything. Except I actually see it. But I don't see anything. I get up and close the window and pull the curtain over it. As I reach for the window, I am 100% certain it will break through the screen mesh and go for my hand. Only I know nothing is there. I can't see anything there. Only I know it's there. I can see it there. Window closes without issue. Curtain closes without issue. Lies back down and tries to sleep. So yeah. Not sure if it was a waking dream. I could clearly see the body outside my window, except there was also clearly nothing there. I was seeing two entirely different things at the same time. It wasn't overlaid over one another. It was two separate and distinct visuals I was seeing simultaneously. I'm at a loss. I'll try my best making this short green text. Be me in high school. Gym period. Mexican kids took over, so only soccer was being played. Me and my best homie sitting on bleachers watching Death Note on his phone. BC lazy. Suddenly he pauses the show and looks at me with a concerned look. I don't know why, but if I were you, I'd move to a different spot or you'll get hurt. WTF.jpg. Shrug it off and tell him he's an idiot. A couple of seconds go by when suddenly, bam! One of the kids didn't kick the ball correctly. Ball kamikaze straight to my face. How did he know? PNG. MFW. He never had an explanation. We are both 24 years old now and have not experienced something like this again. Anyone got similar stories? Be me. Conjure Tulpa. Spent almost 2 years working out our relationship. She helped me become a better person and to get my life together. Only ironically, all my problems persist. But as a joke. Spend 15 years in the community wrapped up in spirited discussion. It's called deep cover. Not even my Tulpa suspects that I'm joking. LMAO. Be me. Visit Dad. Dad has a full house with guests, so he and I sleep in the living room. Wake up in the middle of the night. See being that looks like Aleister Crowley's lamb staring at me. Unable to speak, so I think I rebuke you in the name of Jesus like I was taught growing up. Creature recoils in horror and disappears. Doze off and go back to sleep.